Well, today on Glenn's Speed Shop, something completely different. We're going to bake some cinnamon rolls, the old-fashioned way. Good day, YouTube. It is the 11th of October, 2020 now for something completely different. Welcome to my kitchen. Yes, this is my kitchen. This is at my barn, my shop, where most all of my other videos are made. I have a wood-burning 1910 Monarch cook stove. It's warming up. I've been made a fire in it this morning. It's been warming up. I also have a propane-burning cook stove in my kitchen. Yes, 2 stoves, 2 ovens. As a prepper, you know, this is the place to come when, you know, all heck breaks loose and, you know, the grid goes down or whatever, because we can fully function here at the barn without power or other utilities. So we're going to make some cinnamon rolls today, and we're going to cook them using cast iron skillets in the 1910 wood-burning Monarch stove. And let's run over the ingredients real quick. We're going to need 1 packet of instant yeast of your brand of your choice. We need a cup of, they are asking for almond milk. We're going to use regular milk and hope that it doesn't kill the yeast, okay? Half a cup of butter, divided. Quarter teaspoon of salt, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/4 cup, a little more than a 1/4 cup of sugar. So keep flour and sugar all sealed up in glass containers that my wife likes to use. These, we have these at the house as well. I think we got all of our other ingredients out and handy. Here's the cinnamon, I forgot. And first thing we're going to do is grab the little skillet. This is all my cast iron, or vintage cast iron pieces. This is a Wagner. This is a number 3, which is about a 6-inch skillet. And in this skillet, we are going to heat up the milk and the butter. So let's do that real quick. I like old stuff. We pretty much have old stuff. Even my refrigerator here is from about 1950. And it'll probably outlast a brand new one. It's still running. So here's some milk. And we need, how much milk? I just said that, right? 1 cup. I dig these vintage measuring cups. This is brass and copper. Basically copper. It's like nickel-plated brass handle. Love these. Use a estate sale fine for cheap. I hope it fits in here. I'm not a very good judge of what a cup of milk looks like, but it should be good. There's a half. And that makes her 1. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay. Set this aside, because I won't need it anymore. Butter. We got it. Butter. And it is half a cup. Half a cup. So measure 1/4 cup. Ooh, that's the whole thing. Well, look at there. Did you know that was a half a cup? It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. I like to cook in the fall and the winter, and it's a rainy, cold day outside today. And I just like to do this. So probably send them to work with my wife or something. I burn all my paper here. I have a arrangement of thermometers going on my stove, so I know where the heat is. The firebox being on the left, that's the hot side of the stove. So the center of the stove is medium heat, and on the right is the coolest side of the stove. So we're going to warm this up on the middle part of the stove. Butter is starting to melt. Where we have about a 200 and, not quite 200 degrees, maybe 180 degree surface temperature there, or temperature coming off the surface as it is. And that needs to warm up until the butter gets all melty, and then can't be too warm or it'll kill the yeast, but we're going to go from there. Let's see, what's next? We're going to add, we got to kind of wait for that to melt, I guess, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, the mixture is melted, so we're going to pour it into the bowl and then add the yeast onto that. Handle's a little warm, just a little warm. Let's just rinse this out real quick. Kind of a clean as you go situation. I will set that back. And burn the paper. Now we'll sprinkle the yeast on it. And then it needs to sit for 10 minutes to activate. Nice and even. Alright, let me get about 10 minutes and we'll come back and go to the next step. Alright, that's had its 10 minutes to activate. Now we need to add the tablespoon of sugar to the mix. Like this. Easier for tablespoon of sugar, then the salt, which is quarter teaspoon, at least a quarter. Done. And we'll stir that up. Now we'll start adding the flour gradually, a half cup at a time. But let's make sure this is nicely stirred. That looks pretty good. Get out my half-er cupper. Yeah. Okay, half cup at a time. And we're going for 3 cups, so that's a sixer. 6 times. Next, add in a half cup flour, stirring as you go. The dough will be sticky. When it is too thick to stir, transfer to a lightly floured surface and knead for a minute or so until it forms a loose ball. Let's do this. We're going to add the other half cup, but we're going to sift it in. See if it'll be less lumpy that way. So we've got 1 cup in here. Stirring as we go. I don't know if it really helped any. Still lumpy, but it'll come out in due time. All right, here goes another. That's 3. Looking good. Shall we go for 4? It's the 4th half cup here. Getting close to the holidays, this being, almost mid-October. And I do like to bake around the holidays, not necessarily what pies and things like that, but we have some family traditions that my sister and we come over here and cook. Might have to do a video or 2 about that. Alright, let's go for 5. Yeah, let's make a mess now. Yep, that last one is certainly going to be a hand kneading situation there. Alright, last one. We'll do what we can in the bowl. By the way, in my wood-burning stove, I pretty much collect scrap lumber from projects or demolition or whatever all year long to burn in the stove. So old 2x6s and 2x4s and the like. Alright, let's quick read this step and we'll get it out on the table and work it over. So we're having to add a half cup at a time flour till the dough will be sticky when it gets too thick to stir, which it is now. Transfer to a lightly floured surface and knead for a minute or until it forms a loose ball. Rinse your mix bowl out, coat with canola or grapeseed oil, and add your dough back in. Cover it with plastic wrap and set in a warm place to rise for about an hour or until doubled in size. Alright? Alright. So, lightly floured, it says. Let's do this. Is that lightly floured or is that totally floured? Alright, let's rinse out the bowl. We'll get it soaking anyway. Now, we'll knead this till it becomes a loose ball, it says. Well, I think we've accomplished the goal. Let's get this bowl rinsed out. I've got to get me a big metal mixing bowl. And while this is rising, I might try to go get one so I don't forget. All right. There's a little canola oil. Just a little in the bottom there. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad. All right, I'm going to cover that. And we're going to come back in an hour and see how much it has risen. We'll just put it over there on the counter next to the wood stove. Isn't that right? Woohoo. All right, we'll be back in an hour. And it's been an hour and we're back. So definitely got 2 to 3 times the weight. The dough has risen. How's that? I did run to the couple thrift stores and look what I did get. Ooh, isn't that awesome? I was hoping for like a heavy stainless. Couldn't find one, just cheap aluminum. So I got this kind of a vintage glass mixing bowl. Very heavy, nice tall sides. It's the size I was hunting for. Cool. I don't bring anything from the house out here to the barn because, well, it's kind of a one-way street. So I just get what we need. So let's get back to business here. What we need to do now is get some butter melting on the stove. So is that a good spot for you? So we can apply it to the dough. I'm not very good with measuring when it comes to like butter because I don't think you can like over butter anything. So we're gonna melt this much. I'll just watch that and see how quickly it melts. We might need to move it a little bit to the left side of the stove. If you don't have one of these for your cast iron cooking, get you one. I need to get some others, more than one. My sister-in-law gave me this one, and I've used this heck out of it, and I might need another. So on a wood-burning stove, you know, this gets hotter as you go left, so depending on the temperature, you just move it around. All right, now we got to put this dough out and roll it. Roll it out. All right, here we go. Wow. Awesome. Right place to put everything. Got one of my vintage rolling pins out. It says in a rectangle, so let's shoot for rectangle, shall we? Should we flip it before it gets huge? Or are we going to ruin it? Ah, we got it. There we go. All right. How's our butter melt? It's getting there. Hurry up. Hurry up. Let me stir it on over here a little bit. Speed up that process. Alright, I think we got butter. Butter's melted. Butter's melted. We're going to apply it liberally. And then we'll move it around a little bit. We'll move it around. I think the back side of this will be perfect. Still Sunday, it's almost Sunday morning, it's just a little afternoon now. It's just kind of one of them early fall days here in Oregon. And it's fun just to do kitchen projects. Ever since I was a kid, I used to hang out with my stepmom in the kitchen and help, and my grandmother was a fantastic cook. Used to help grandmother watch her make bread and all that stuff on days like today. Just brings back lots of memories. We're not going to frost this thing. Ask for a 1/4 cup of sugar. We might do a little more than that. This is a 1/2 cup. We'll see what looks appropriate. Yeah, I think the whole thing is appropriate. And then cinnamon to taste, right? Which is substantial. That's what it's all about, right? Cinnamon's good for you. Alright. It eats blood sugar. It's good for me anyway. You know what time it is now? Alright, I've got a greased up pan. See if it gives us any more information here. Start at one end, tightly roll up the dough, and situate seam side down. Then with a serrated knife or string of floss, cut the dough into 1 to 2 inch, or 1.5 to 2 inch sections, and position in a well buttered 8x8 square or comparable size round pan. You should have about 10 rolls. 10 at 2 inches is 20 inches. That's about what we got here. So we're going to roll this up this way. Let me set that aside so you can see what the heck is going on here. Oh my goodness, this looks so good already. You just want to take a bite. I find I only make these a couple times a year. Kind of stretch it in the middle. Shrink it up a little on the edges. Got my itty bitty serrated knife. Will it be enough? Yes. Did we get the seam side down? I think we did. That one's a little short, Glenn. Well, we've got a bigger pan. Maybe they won't be quite as tall. This is the biggest one. We'll put it in the middle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 13 out of mine. Look at that. All right, now we're going to put it in the oven. Come on over and watch that activity. There's a big trick to getting the oven temperature right. Right now my oven temperature is 325. That's pretty good because my exhaust temperature is under 300. But I've been warming that oven up all day. So we're going to cook this high on the oven. Just like the stove top, the oven is hottest on the left side. You don't have much choice in that. But I'm, after all these years, still learning this oven. Now if I want to pick up the temperature, this is the draft. This is the duplex draft, which means there's a draft in the front and the rear. Right now it is closed. I've got the firebox full of wood. And I have the draft closed. So it's running as low a heat as it can at this time. Okay? Cool, just starting my timer. If I need to pick up the temperature, all I have to do is open up the draft and allow the air, more air to the fire and allow the fire to burn hotter. So for now, for the next, it's going to take a little longer to cook in there, probably half an hour. I think it says 20-25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes it says. So it'll probably take me a little longer, but you got to keep your eyes on it. And we'll probably have to come in and spin that skillet around because, again, the hot side's on the left. I'll watch it here after a little bit, and if it looks like it's pretty warm on the left, I'll scoot the whole skillet over to the right. Okay? And then we'll watch it again, and if I need to flip the skillet 180 degrees and put it back in, we'll do that. You've just got to watch it and see what happens. All right? So, cinnamon rolls in a half an hour, folks. I'll bring you back when they're hot and ready to come out of the oven. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes. I checked on it a little bit ago. Let's have a look, shall we? Oven temperature about 320. I've got the skillet all the way to the back, which is also warm, and to the left. That should be the hottest place in a wood-burning oven. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's looking really good. You can see it's hotter on this side. So we are going to move the skillet. Let's do this. We're going to spin it and put her in this way. Okay. And they don't have far to go. It's at 26 minutes now. We're going to probably go another 5, all right? I did set the oven temperature up with the draft. We're going to close the draft now and start cooling down. All right, check our firebox real quick. Burn a lot of wood when we open it up. Still full. Still full. All right. Wood burning's all about paying attention to what's going on. All right, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to cinnamon rolls. Okay, it's been 31 minutes. Let's drag her out of there. Whoops. I dropped my thermometer. Wow, those look good. We're going to fork them real quick. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Perfect. They're perfect. Keep the oven shut in case I want to cook something else to do. Once you get all the heat in the oven, you hate to lose it. So I melted some butter. What do you say? We top it off while they're hot. Well, I wish you could taste these. Oh yeah. Not wasting it. It's all going on. Yeah. All right. What do you think? Let's pull one out of there. See how y'all don't have taste division. I'll do one for you. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're light. They're fluffy. They're hot. Cut it with a spoon. Look at that. Cooked all the way through. We used our vintage cast iron. We used a 110-year-old wood-burning cook stove and oven. The barn has never felt or smelled so good. Looks good, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to taste it for you. Ready? Oh boy. Wow. Now I'll taste mine. Oh my. Very good. I can't talk. Guys, gals, Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. You want to see more cooking videos? Excuse me. I love to do it. So we'll do some other stuff. I have a substantial collection of Dutch ovens. I love to Dutch oven cook. I do have a couple videos out about that. But this is the first of its kind for doing baking. And we're just real happy to do some other stuff. So please hit the thumbs up on your way out. And we'll catch you on the next video.